I've never been on a cruise ship, but I've heard about the marvelous wonders of these floating giants. With over 10 decks filled with cabins, 18 restaurants and food bars, 3 pools and the largest indoor space at sea, the life of a crew member can be intense. To find out what life is like at sea, I sailed on a 5-day voyage with Royal Caribbean and spoke to over 10 crew members from various departments. Okay, so we're going to create a WhatsApp group, Shenanigans of the Sea. You know why? Because when we started this morning, we almost sailed off without our director. Hei Fang here forgot her passport. And this is the crew behind me. Now we're going to go through immigration.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bonnie, your cruise director. Welcome to your vacation.
Hi, Bonnie.
Hi, Wendy. Welcome to my office.
Yes, thanks for having me in here. When I stepped onto the ship, I was quite amazed at the massive size of this ship. It's a little interesting for me. Oh my god, are we? Did I feel something? Are we moving?
Right now we're not yet. In 1 hour, we're going to start sailing away.
And I see that there's cameras behind you. What's the purpose of all these?
Because I'm in charge of the entire entertainment operation. So basically this is for me to understand the flow. Do we have overcrowded venue? And also the bumper car, you see it's quite busy, right?
Yeah.
We need to make sure we have enough manpower assigned for that venue.
Okay, so you don't run into any privacy issues with customers then?
Who is driving the bumper car? We can't see, we don't know, right? That's very generic catch of the ship.
As our journey begins, I'm meeting Captain Wu, who has had over 20 years of sailing experience. Hi. I'm not sure who am I supposed to meet. There, is that the person now? Hi, are you the captain?
Oh, no.
No.
Captain, but captain will be here.
Hi, you're the captain?
No, captain will come.
Captain is there.
Of course, yes.
I'm so sorry.
No, he will come here. I call him when he comes. Don't worry, he will come.
Hi.
Hi, you're Captain
Hello.
Wu?
Yes, Captain Wu. Welcome to the bridge.
Yes. Oh, so this is called the bridge.
Yes. How do you like the view?
Oh,
it's amazing, right? Here in the cockpit, the officer of the watch, he is focused on navigation. The second officer is attending all the alarms. That's the quartermaster. He is using the binocular, scanning the horizon. Here is my chair.
This is your area.
If I have to, normally I don't, I could take the control as well to the right side, left side, and turning slower or quicker. That's how we work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
great. Guess what's this for?
I genuinely have no idea.
This is for the captain when he get bored and he open it up and go for
swimming.
fishing.
Right, okay.
No, I'm kidding. We shift the control here so we can see the ship on off the dock, right? And with this window on the floor, we can see the deck team, how they run the mooring lines.
So do you wash this?
Yes, we do. Officers, can we do another washing? Okay, good. You see, it's a high pressure washing. So you easily can remove all the dirt or the dust. Are we all good with the traffic?
Back to zero. Zero.
How long did it take for you to become a captain?
For the cruise vessel, average about 20 years. So it took me 22 years. I spent the first 5 years on the cargo vessel, and then I had the opportunity to switch to cruise industry. This ship cost us 1.3 billion US dollars to build. It's such a huge responsibility with thousands people on board, and we need years to gain the experience and skill set to take this command.
I'm finally checking in for the day. But I'm curious, how is housekeeping service provided for the stay on board guests? So what's the biggest difference working as a housekeeper on a hotel and on a cruise?
This is a fast-paced environment. We have to turn the room in 6 hours time.
6 hours to prepare all the rooms?
All the rooms. We have a 2,137. We have a professional cabin attendant, 101 of them.
Okay, so right now we are just reinstating this room.
Yes, so I will start to make nice and tidy the room.
Okay.
After that, I will make animal towel for you.
Okay, nice. Do you get to meet the guest?
To meet the guests? Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh.
First day on the boarding day, we meet the guests, we give a business card. This is my business card, Sena.
Oh, okay.
So I give to you. We ask for the guests what time will be prepare the room tomorrow for the cleaning for every day for the whole the cruise.
Yeah, how do you learn this?
From YouTube.
So on your own, you just decided to pick it up?
Yes, I try day by day, time by time.
Ta-da! Nice!
Good bull! No.
This cruise we have 5,000 plus guests.
That's a lot of guests. So what's the fastest time you take to turn over one room?
We can have it like in 20 minutes. We're opening at 1:30 and that is our promise.
So you always open at 1:30?
1:30, no matter what.
Okay, so right now it's 6:30. No, it's not 6:30, 7:30 a.m. And there's a lot of people around, but people have been walking trying to get breakfast since like 6 plus. Now it's time for me to get breakfast. Whoa, that piece of meat looks glorious. There is an extensive array of food options, which makes me wonder, how are menus on board planned? So everything here is made fresh.
All the bread here is made fresh, yes. We serve about 15,000 meals a day. Yeah? All in all, the different varieties of bread, probably quite a lot actually. Yeah.
Do you take care of just the bread operations on the ship or all the...
No, I'm in charge of the whole operation of the ship, everything, yeah. Including the galley stewards who clean everything. We've got about 250 people in the department. So. You got a sweet tooth?
Ish. Okay, what are they making right now?
They're making baked Alaska. Yeah? Baked Alaska is ice cream in the middle, sponge around the outside, and then surrounded by meringue. Because our menus are from different countries as well, so whatever the theme of the evening is reflected on that dessert. Yeah. And we have some classics as well, like royal cheesecake and a chocolate cake as well. Yeah.
We are here in main galley, production galley.
How much sauce is being made right now?
200 for just one meal only. This is for tonight for plates. So we're preparing around 900 to 1,000 portion.
So what's the difference when you cook for large quantities and like smaller quantities of people?
Especially they're doing only 200 to 150 person. Here we were doing 4,000 guests, you know. And this station only 15 cooks, 24 hours.
Is it hard?
No.
During the service, which is the peak hours when people are eating, the kitchen is, it goes through a lot of emotions during the day. I mean, it's a very noisy operation. People shouting, people screaming. Once service is finished, that's all finished as well, and then we go on to the next service. Yeah. It is a massive, well-orchestrated department, yeah.
I just want to say thanks for feeding us.
No problem, my pleasure. I hope you enjoy it.
My camera operator, she loves the bread. She's like obsessed with the puff bread. While the ship is docked, the crew continues to work hard to ensure the smooth daily operations on board. So James, where are we?
This is I-95. It's like in the US we call it I-95.
Oh, that
It's a long highway.
So this is where all the staff travel.
Yes, yes.
So everyone from like people in the kitchen, engineers
All divisions.
to wow.
Yes, all divisions. Good day. Good day. See, this is how busy it is. This is our main laundry. He's our laundry master.
So how many linens do you handle in a day?
Maybe probably 10,000 linen.
10,000 kg?
Yes, 10,000 kg.
Wow.
This is the laundry flat ironer. This machine can press and dry automatically, size by size. We have like 16 crew members working here for over like 4,500 guests and crew and staff officer on board.
The one where you touch here.
Wow. Hi, Alfonso.
It's nice and cold here.
Oh, yeah. How cold is this?
Minus 19 degrees. We have different storage areas. One of them is the meat box. Just in case we have some emergency where we cannot dock or something like that, so we need to keep stores at least for 3 days. Yeah, these are the jackfruits which also came in today. These ones are pretty much small. When you get the smell of the jackfruits, you know it's ripe.
Do you like jackfruit yourself?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not a fan. Okay, so I just came back from half a day of shoot. We started at about 6+ and then. So guess what is in my room? It's an elephant! It's so cute. It's so cute. And I'm so happy. One question I had before coming on board was waste management. Since we can't dump waste into the sea, what do cruisers do with all of it?
We are not discharging any sewage or any food waste into the ocean.
Okay.
In these bins here, these are the bins for the recyclable items. Okay. So we have 2 incinerators and they can burn 1 cubic of garbage per hour. Yeah, this is the cold storage room. These are the special totes that we are using to store cooking oils, greases and so on. Prior to offload, we are keeping all of the operational waste, keep it on a very low temperature to avoid any fruit flies or public health issues. So we take responsibility for the garbage until the last moment of final disposal.
So is this your first job?
Yes.
Oh, it's your first job?
I was very happy to get this job immediately after I finished my college.
And when you were on land, do you do similar roles?
No, I'm just sleeping.
Okay.
Actually, when I go home, we are separating our garbage and recycling.
What makes you so passionate about the environment and working here?
Working for this company is allowing me to do the difference. 71% of the planet Earth is covered with oceans and we have to protect it. It's just the right thing to do.
Okay, so coming back to my room, there's always a surprise, and guess what is the surprise today? It's a monkey that's hanging. Oh my gosh, they're so creative. I've never seen towel art like that. Like, I only see swans, but this is a whole monkey. They are so creative.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the beautiful Penang, Malaysia. You can go ahead to deck number 2 midship, where is a gangway located.
Hey, now we're going out. I'm going out faster. So after 3 days of being on board, I look forward to getting out. I've been here for 3 days already, and I mean, I love the crew, I love everybody, but yeah, I needed some time to spend outside. I can't imagine the people who are on the ship for long periods of time and being away from your family, from your friends. The grand scheme of things, it takes so much to make this operation happen. They honestly love their jobs. Like, they love being here and they love giving you a great experience. So, any final words? I want to proclaim for Penang. Oh, I love Penang Char Kway Teow. Oh my gosh. We couldn't. We only had 2 hours, Pei Fang. Our break is not that long. While I enjoy my time off the ship, there are people who prefer to stay on board, which explains why there are so many entertainment options. And you take care of all the entertainment experiences that people go through.
Yes, correct. Me and my team were on top of that. Based on our guests' demographic, we know its age group and also their nationalities. We know which kind of activities and more catering for them.
Has there ever been like, a rush change of set, like last minute?
Absolutely, because all sorts of things could happen. So sometimes our crew member, they have some family emergency back home. We will have to shuffle around the program very quickly to make sure our guests are being entertained.
Oh my God. How do you prepare for a set when you're on board here?
Well, actually, first thing I do is I ask the demographics from where are the people, what nationality are they. The challenge for me is that I have to prepare different kinds of show for different kind of nationality. Japanese show, Spanish show, Chinese show, English show.
Does it get pressurizing for you? Like to, have to learn so many things or cater to different guests all the time?
Yeah, there's pressure, but hard work pays off.
Yeah.
Always.
How long have you been working?
This year it's gonna be my 8th year.
By now, it's 9 years.
Almost 16 years now.
Being here for so long, do you ever want to step out? Because you're always here, right?
At first, yes, it is really like a heartbreak. If I remember my first contract, I stayed on board for 1 year and 1 month.
And that is not easy at the beginning. But whenever I need to smile, whenever I'm in the guest area, that is my basic respect for our guests.
I grew up in the harbor city, Qingdao. Often I saw the ships, the sailing. And when I was 18, it happened. I just found myself in the Maritime Academy. Ever since, and then I fall in love with this business. Yeah.
I don't think there is such a land-based industry that would allow me to really make a difference and achieving the results.
For the cruise industry, you are here not just a navigator. You are running the business, and you are entertainer.
Inside your mind, it might be a little bit different, but when you walk on stage, when you see the audience are cheering up, they have standing ovation, those kind of energy will light you up.
That gives us also a satisfaction from our side, because at the end of the cruise, that they would like to cruise again with us because of our people.
With the journey almost coming to an end, Bonnie finally has some time to introduce her parents who are also on board.
Hi, Wendy. So
我是 Wendy， 你好。
wow, that is awesome. I didn't know that. This is my mom, my dad, and my nephew.
I'm trying to ask, what's enjoy?
玩得开心吗?
Okay. So now they are here.
Yes, they are on board, they're enjoying themselves very much.
Right.
I don't have too much time to be with them, but they're happy as long as, we're connected here.
Is this what you have wanted to do like your whole life?
Because when I was choosing this industry back then, it was such a, not much people know it at all.
And how do your parents feel about it?
Back then, they were thinking maybe I'm going to work on some fish boat or whichever, the small boat. And when I was going to sign on, their gifts for me was a couple of raincoats. Oh. Because if you think I will get wet when it's raining on the sea or the waves will make me wet. Talking about that, my clothes is made by my mom. That's why I picked it today.
Oh, wow.
She was a tailor, so she made this for me. And then when they're not here, I feel mom's love is with me.
But I also know that you guys work quite long contracts before, or long periods of time before. Is it hard being away from your family?
Well, I would say each job or each position has their own character. So I work 4 months continuously, and then I get 2 months off. So each year I can have 4 months off. I don't think any of my classmates, they can compare with me for the time being with their family for 4 months each year. It's a lot. I feel I have a double life. Because when I'm on board, I'm like 24/7, you're continuously going on with work. And when going back home, right on the first week, I was lying on bed, doing nothing. I'm a spoiled baby. At the beginning, I think for a lot of us, you don't know what to do. But for me, I feel that it's just perfect.
Before I leave the ship, there is one last thing I have to do. Oh, no. Hi. Hello. Were you the one who kept my room?
Yes.
230?
Yeah, I already make up your room.
I just want to say thanks for the elephant that you left inside. It was so nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're Ying, right?
Yes.
Can I take a photo with you? Do you mind?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Across the 5 days, I find myself deeply impressed by the crew's culture of excellence. Many of them dedicated a significant portion of their lives to their profession, and I really admire their passion in providing a great experience. Hi, we just came back to office from the cruise, and we almost didn't make it actually, both of us. Screenshot. Insert screenshots here, yes. But yeah, it's the first time Hidden Hustles went overseas, so we're very excited. And it was a massive production for us. It was like 5 days of shoot, but we also realized how massive of an operation it was to run a successful cruise ship.
Yes, we were humbled on so many different levels because we get to speak to so many different people, and they were also passionate about their job, which is kind of infectious.
And I was genuinely so happy to be able to see them being so happy to have a platform to share their stories, because a lot of them have been doing all this behind the scenes for many years as well.
Yeah, and I think it also takes a certain kind of people with a certain kind of personality to thrive on board a ship. But it's definitely not for us. But yeah, we look forward to sharing more of such interesting, fun adventures and stories with you guys.
Yeah. So bigger and better things for Hidden Hustles.
Yay!
More overseas trips.
See you soon.
Yeah.